Alright, you pieces of shit, welcome back to Practicing Portraits, an artwod roadmap, right? Who am I? I'm Viggy. What can I draw like? I can draw like this. One day I'll actually have a new drawing to showcase, right? I've been drawing for 3 years and 5 months. The fundamentals is 95% of my practice. I only understand line, form, and perspective, and barely at that. I don't have a visual library, yet I can draw this because of the power of line, form, and perspective, and chasing excellence? What the fuck? I could not speak the excellence. Anyways, draw along with me. I aim to prove anybody can draw. My channel's what the fuck? My voice is dying too. My channel is a repository of my practice to prove that anybody can become great, and it's sheer repetition and effort in the right direction, because there is a right direction to become better in, that supersedes anything else, including whatever your bullshit predisposition or belief towards talent is, right? So with that beautiful intro aside, literally throw that shit to the trash because it was a god-awful intro. Draw along with me, right? Artwod, right? They're the only fucking reason I can do any of this, by the way, right? Like, Antonio Staperis, the creative artwod, has fundamentally changed the way I approach drawing, and they give you the work, not the shortcut. It's linked in description, right? I'm not affiliated. I'm just a dick writer. I'm a huge dick writer. I'm probably the biggest dick writer they'll ever have in their entire fucking platform, so they're welcome for that. But they won't ever acknowledge me because I swear, and I say things like pee-pee and poo-poo in the same sentence. So sad. I'm so sad. My voice is really dying. What the fuck? It's actually becoming more hoarse as I speak. Really good acting there, Viggy. Thank you, Viggy. You're welcome, Viggy. Anyways, get your fucking pen and paper. Draw along. Body doubling, right? Let these videos be actionable steps for you to draw along, right? Use my 1 hour block as your 1 hour block. Use my 1 inch cock as your 1 inch cock. I was trying to make a better joke out of that, but I was like, block and cock rhyme. I made it funny. I'm so fucking funny. Anyways, what are we doing? We're in the middle. I'm obviously doing the exercises in the portrait roadmap. I'm doing 100 times the work they require of you because they cater towards beginners. Not intentionally, but because beginners are primarily like the vast majority of any really given art platform from what I've noticed. And what are beginners? Say it with me. Absolute pussies. We do not like to work. I didn't like to do anything in the beginning, right? The first 2 times I failed back in 2020 and 2021. By the way, as I'm talking, I've already started drawing in my mind because drawing is thinking. So what am I thinking about? I'm looking at the portrait reference I have here, and because this is the exercise, right? You look at the portrait reference, you put it in a box, you put a sphere inside the box, you put center lines inside the sphere inside the box, you put center lines on each plane, on each visible plane of the box, you put the ellipse on each visible plane of the box, right? And you try to hold those 23 calculations. Is this what they require of you? No, they just want you to put it in a box, right? They don't even require the form wrapping or anything. But to be great, right? Because my goal is the becoming of greatness, right? Emphasis on the coming. So whether I achieve greatness or not, it doesn't really matter. But it's who I become, right? Who I jizz all over, which is myself technically, right? It's who. Really good fucking sentence structure, right? Continuity, but the goal is me, right? And as for you, the goal is you, right? And this is actually what I wanted to talk about. Let my videos, for those of you who actually draw along, be a mirror of your reality, right? Which is delayed gratification and the process of becoming, right? Like, let my videos mirror that. Please. Also, retention and all that shit. And I need your watch hours, thank you. I need your watch hours, thank you. I did that in a baby voice. I realized that may have not been as appropriate on YouTube because then I'll have to say made for kids. Right? But I don't want to click that setting, bro. That shit's gonna fuck me up. But anyways, as you can see, I'm really diddling and feeling up my paper. But what am I actually seeing? I'm seeing a box. I'm seeing a sphere inside the box. I'm seeing the center lines. I'm trying to calculate all of this. And you have to understand that this is a working memory skill. Right, this is genuinely a working memory skill. Another thing I want to talk about, because dude, I always make the fucking mistake of going on the Artist Lounge subreddit. It's called Artist Lounge, right? Artist Lounge. Artist Lounge? Right, that's what it's called. So, and by the way, I'm really struggling to even see the box. So I keep going back to my prior habit of trying to visualize the box first, but really what I need to do is visualize the perfect circle, the perfect sphere first, and then encompass the box inside of it. And right now I'm going to look at the portrait reference, and that is going to completely obstruct, remove, get in the way of, cause friction on my visualization. And the skill to build is when I look away and look back to immediately reconstruct the visualization that I'm capable or trying to build, right? So I'm just looking at her face. This angle is so fucking awkward. It's amazing. The fact that it's this difficult, I'm trying to analyze it, trying to understand. Okay, I think I have a better idea now what it entails, right? And okay, I actually do have a pretty decent idea, and I'm actually starting to see, am I starting to believe? Is this a Matrix moment? He says as he fucking sings the Superman theme. But this. And by the way, like I'm literally, while I draw this line, I'm zoomed out. And that's another skill I'm constantly trying to work on, is zooming out, right? Like not allowing. See, I just zoomed in there while I made this line, because you have to essentially, it's so difficult because you have to maintain the visualization as you draw the line, and while you draw the line, you have to not focus particularly on the line, but the visualization that you have created, right? Now that is incredibly difficult, because what you're basically doing is you're zooming out on the visualization, right? Which in my case right now is the sphere in the box, right? And then you're zooming in technically on, like, you have to have enough focus and consistency and application on the line that you're creating in and of itself, right? Which is also very difficult, right? And then I looked away just now from the portrait to make sure that, or from my drawing to make sure that the portrait reference is accurate, right? Oh, see, like, it's so much brain effort. But yeah, like, to I guess go back to what I was saying, is like, I would love for my videos to be a reflection, a mirror to your own practice, which is delayed gratification, extraneous, excess effort, and the process of becoming, right? Emphasis on the come. Haha, made the joke already. Don't mind me, just sipping on my coffee. My speech will get slurred and more speed-like. What the fuck am I saying? My speech will get slurred and faster. I don't know, bro. Just shut the fuck up, Vicky. Just shut the fuck up and try to explain what you're explaining already. You're already struggling with that. But while I'm looking at this, I'm also trying to calculate, because now I have this front plane established and the bottom plane. I'm trying to calculate the center line, the diagonals, right? I'm visualizing the diagonals. I'm visualizing the vertical center line, the horizontal center line. And the biggest thing for me is, like, while I see this, I need to calculate the center plane and the vertical center plane and the horizontal center plane, because that is what, when you place an ellipse inside of it, becomes the contour, the vertical and horizontal contour of the sphere itself, because it is curved, right? Now, I don't even know if I drew this as accurately as I could have. When I look at the reference, I feel as if I feel as if this in of itself, this angle is incorrect. It should be something more like, see, it's like in between this, and that's the nuance that I'm currently, I yet don't have, and I'm really struggling with. But again, like, what am I constantly trying to do? I'm constantly trying to tax my working memory by visualizing multiple layers at the same time. What is multiple layers? Multiple calculations. What is multiple calculations? Multiple visualizations. And it's just a constant feedback loop, right? I'm constantly trying to see things and literally materialize using the glycogen stores in my mind, right? I'm literally spatially reasoning. I'm visualizing. I'm trying to create something that doesn't exist. And that's what you're all trying to do as well, right? Like, and that is why you should accept and appreciate the fact that it's going to be extremely fucking difficult, you know? Like, it's never going to be easy. And once you accept that is actually when you start winning, because you're like, oh, it's never going to be easy. Great. Now how do we make it so we enjoy the fact that it's never going to be easy? By focusing on the effort, which is all I ever fucking say, right? Focus on the effort. Focus on the effort. It's just, focus on the effort, because effort will never fail you, right? Not if your definition of failure is that you give up, right? So, you know, by proxy, it's impossible to fail when you put in effort, because you are literally doing the opposite of giving up, right? So first you must define failure. And again, while I'm drawing this line, I'm super zoomed in. I'm only focusing on the line, and I'm aware of that, and I'm actively trying to zoom out and not only focus on the line, but it's extremely difficult because right now I've completely lost the visualization. So I actually need to take a step back. Okay, and try rebuilding it again, right? And I'm constantly trying to see that sphere, and I think I still don't believe I've gotten the quote-unquote perfect circle down, right, in this, but I'm trying, right? I'm really, really, really trying. And I want to be very clear. This is basically the sphere that I see. This maybe a bit more like this, right? But I actually actually, what the fuck is going on with my enunciation? Garbage and disappointment, really. But I'm trying to zoom out and constantly. I think this actually sphere is gonna be a bit too wide, right? But it's like multiple calculations happening right now. Right now, I'm like, while I'm drawing this, I'm really trying to zoom out and think about the sphere. Right, really trying to zoom out and think about the sphere, but is this even, no, see, this, now I know, like, the sphere ended up becoming way too long, and it's also because what I diverged this. See, this line is diverging, so that's why this side of the plane is much longer. It shouldn't be that way, right? But this line, I just noticed, because I made this connection, is diverging. That's a beautiful mistake. What I just do right now, while I said it was a beautiful mistake, I forced myself to feel good. I literally just forced a vague ass, not even vague, a very explicit feeling now, because I've gotten a lot better. This is also diverging or converging a bit too fast, right? But I forced an explicit feeling of just, that felt good. In the beginning, it was just a shit-eating grin that I constantly had while I kept saying error, error, error over in my mind every time I made a mistake, just like now, right? But Oh my god, my brain is like, this is such a difficult angle. You have to understand that every new angle is a new schema, is a new mental model, is new energy that is being directed towards something that doesn't yet have an internal representation in your mind, right? But I'm gonna rest my brain. Again, I keep making that mistake, right, where the bottom is a bit too. I think actually it's my top. The top plane, the front plane, is. And this is also incorrect because you can see this line is diverging from this line. And if you don't see that, wonderful. That means you have an opportunity to improve your ability to observe, analyze, and then observe, analyze, and pay attention. I always like to say 3 things. You can do this, this, and this, but sometimes there's only 2 things, and I have to be okay with that. but yeah, I definitely, like, in comparison to the reference, yeah, this line, this is way too incorrect. It's definitely more like, how did I not see that? What the fuck? This was more correct, dude. Like, this is what I mean. Putting a fucking box over a face is so difficult. Holy shit! Like, this is actually the angle. Like, it's literally this. Like, that's the angle, roughly, right? Maybe a bit more subtle, like that. But I did this. I tilted this. This has been wrong. This has been wrong. They've all been wrong. This was more correct, even though I thought this was wrong yesterday. And that's the process of trial and error and learning and making mistakes. Is you'll think it's right, and then fucking X repetitions later, or the next day you'll be like, wait, that was completely fucking wrong. And that's the opportunity. I'd be like, wonderful, I was wrong. Now I'm gonna try. I'm not gonna succeed, most likely, for many, many repetitions, but there will be inklings of me constantly reminding myself, be like, wait, don't forget, wait, keep trying, wait, keep trying. And that is learning, that is normal, right? Here I am, again, demystify, right? Like, every fuck up is the fuck up you're expected to make, because if you didn't make that fuck up, you wouldn't take something out of it, right? And if you didn't keep making that fuck up, only to take out of it later on, be like, wait, I need to stop making that fuck up, that's still part of it, right? Our goal is just to try to reduce the amount of time between noticing a fuck up and actually addressing it as consistently as we can. And I consistently fuck that up, as you can see, right? Anyways, let's rest our brains. Yeah, so that I'm gonna keep sticking with this angle until I get it down, because again, every new angle is a new schema, right? So why would I not spend as much time as I need to in getting that schema understood? But you can see, like, this is not, I did the same thing, right? Like, this is not a perfect sphere. In fact, it should be a lot. I'm gonna condense it here, because the bottom angle of our face is actually, this is correct. Like, it does have that much space. So it's the front, it's the top, and there's actually a bit of foreshortening. Like, I do believe there's a little bit of foreshortening. Obviously, this angle is incorrect, right? And we have to acknowledge that. But that is much better. You see, like, there's actually, like, a much more of a... Even, I think still, I'm pretty sure this is still a bit elongated. But in general, this is definitely much more of a perfect sphere, right? So we're going to use this as the new baseline, because it is actually important to correct. And while I'm drawing this line, I'm really trying to think about that sphere, by the way. Like, I want to be very clear. I'm really trying to think about the sphere and the center line. Like, that's the main thing I'm constantly trying to remind myself, is, like, zoom out, because that's the new skill, right? It's like the zooming out, which is very important. But also, more than anything, constantly try to think about, and again, like, what am I thinking about right now? Like, the front plane, I'm trying to calculate the diagonals, but constantly think about the center plane and then the ellipse inside each center plane, because that is what determines, again, the contour, right? So you can see I'm constantly oscillating back and forth between this calculation, that calculation, this visualization, and I'm losing it consistently, which is why we have to keep rebuilding. And in the beginning, your rebuilding will be subpar, your visualization will be subpar, and over hundreds of repetitions, you'll simply get less subpar, and you'll have more mental space because your brain will have consolidated, i.e. chunked the information to be more efficiently accessed, and then you'll be able to try and attempt more difficult calculations, right? Keep pushing the boundaries. And that's another thing. The mentality I want to instill in you is, like, there's no end game. The point of the game, and I've said this before, but the point of the game is to keep playing, right? Why? Because I could have easily, like, right now, I don't need to do this. Think about it, right? Do I really need... And again, while I'm drawing this line right now, I'm trying to zoom out, I'm trying to see the sphere, and I'm trying to think about the center plane and then the ellipse inside the plane. So I'm constantly trying to think about at least 3 to 4 different calculations, right? No matter where I look, I'm trying to just, like, what I do is, no matter where I look, I'm associating it with calculations. This line, look here, oh, okay, immediately seeing diagonals. I look here, okay, immediately seeing the center plane and then the diagonals here, right? Okay, like, if I look here again and I'm thinking about this line going across, okay, immediately I'm putting the center plane, the horizontal center plane, and then I'm seeing the ellipse here, right? And then maybe, okay, now I looked here, now I'm seeing diagonals here, right, for the center, you know? So I'm constantly associating everything I look at, and now I took a step back. Now I'm trying to zoom out and see the sphere, the box, the sphere that is in perfect sphere that's encompassed within the box, and then the center planes, right? So like I'm constantly trying to calculate, right? But yeah, the point of the game is to keep playing. So I keep saying that, right? And I give it different meaning every now and then, but or not different meaning, but I interpret the meaning or I explain it differently every time, right? Even though I've only talked about it a few times, right? But genuinely, what it means is because there's no end game, there's no limit to what you can achieve, right? Because, and again, I'm zoomed in a shit ton on this line right now, but I'm trying so hard to zoom out and see the entire thing, and that is racking. Oh, see, these lines are also suffering because right now, again, spatial reasoning is taking up fucking 90% of my brain power, and right now, while I draw this line, I'm really trying to think about the ellipse that's following, the center plane. I'm really trying to think about that, right? But the point of the game, just keep like, yeah, so hopefully you understood everything I was trying to say. I need to slow the fuck down. But that's for pussies, and I am not pussy, right? I am not big pussy man, but the point of the game is to keep playing, right? So what does that mean? That means that the only time you lose is when you stop playing. Like the only time you fail, and I'm super zoomed in on this line right now, but even though I'm zoomed in, I'm trying to calculate this, and then the ellipse that's inside that, right? So when you lose when you give up. You don't lose when you fail. That's actually an indication that you are succeeding, because failing means that you're trying, and trying means that you're on the path towards success, right? But when you frame the game, but when you frame the entire ordeal, right, the entire journey, the path, as simply to be on the path, and that is literally the point, that I find, and this is obviously like this, by the way, this is all coming from Alex Hormozy in the sense that like, I think I mentioned this before, I'm just like, I'm not a fucking smart guy, I'm not a smart guy, I'm not an intelligent guy, I'm not like, I'm a fucking parrot. My entire life, all I've ever been is a parrot, in the sense that somebody says something that hits me, it resonates deeply with me, I watch their content, I read their books, I internalize it because it's beneficial to my life. Like when I say it hits me, I mean like it's beneficial, like I apply it and it's beneficial, right? Half the times the things they say are just reinforcers of what I had already been thinking of, but hadn't been able to articulate it in a particularly what's it called? And by the way, I'm looking at the reference now, so I'm kind of losing my train of thought because I'm trying to visualize everything, right? But I'm trying to like it just, like I wasn't able to articulate it in a way that was, like, I guess a bit more powerful, right? But like a lot of Alex Hormozy's shit, the reason I love the shit he says is because it's what I need in my life, right? I need a constant reminder to be like, keep working hard, keep doing your best, right? Keep trying. Hard work is the goal, right? And same with like Huberman, the growth mindset thing. I mean, that is just science, right? Which is great because it's literally just science, right? So yeah, this woman's nose is fucking, must be like, it must be like this, the bridge, because from this angle, you don't see shit. You do not see. Actually, her nose is supposed to be a bit longer. Maybe that's why, because I keep making the nose smaller, so I know intuitively that when the nose is that small, you should definitely be seeing the bridge. But from here, yeah, I can see how you wouldn't be seeing the bridge, right? But like, same with the whole growth mindset stuff with Andrew Huberman, same with like Hamza back in the day, do the hard work, especially when you don't feel like it, be patient, work hard. I am a parrot. I'm not a smart guy. I don't, and I'm like, not that you would think I'm smart, but I'm just trying to clarify that I don't believe that I have anything going for me, which is why I say the things and I reinforce the things which I personally feel as if will make the quote-unquote things going for me become a reality through sheer effort, right? So, and again, while I'm talking, I'm really trying to fucking think. Like, I'm really trying to think, but it is incredibly difficult to keep looking at the reference and to think about the space, because I am also trying to think about the overall, like, box, sphere, center line, all that shit. Like, I'm trying to think about that while I do this. While I do this, why do I say it like that? Spinal, right? But I'm not even like a fucking Tyson fan. I just know the meme. My friends say it every now and then. I find it funny. I'm like, I broke my back. Oh, so funny. Anyways, right? But, and again, like, while I'm drawing this, I'm understanding that there is a distance, right? Spatial distance between the eye socket and the eyebrows, right? Like, it is a ridge there, like that. You have to always be thinking about the space no matter what you're doing. These are not graphic symbols, these are three-dimensional forms, right? Or things, or in three-dimensional forms placed on top of, or within, or next to three-dimensional forms. Like, it's all constructed in 3D, Like that's the biggest thing that you constantly have to be aware of, and it is extremely difficult. And right now, like I'm trying so fucking hard to zoom out, but I can't, especially when it comes to the eyes right now. Can't yet, by the way, can't yet, but especially when it comes to the eyes, I'm now that I mentioned that, like I'm actively making an effort to see the sphere inside the box and to keep trying to calculate random shit like the center plane, the ellipse in the center plane, right? Like all those things while also drawing this really tiny detail which is taking all my fucking attention, right? But I'll get back to the point I was making about the point of the game to keep playing. Like, I don't even know what my point was anymore, but I'll get back to it. I'll try. But the point I'm trying to make, like, what I'm trying to really say is, like, there's nothing about me that's special, right? And yes, I'm a pair. Like, a lot of this infinite game thing is coming from Alex Hormozy, and this is my own interpretation as well. Like, he has... The reason I'm dick riding him so hard is because he basically verbalized a lot of the things I've been feeling while I was in the first 2 years of my art journey, right? Which is effort, patience, like fucking infinite intentional repetitions, extreme delayed gratification, right? Things I'd already internalized and was telling my friends, I was telling myself. But it's nice to have somebody who is successful, right? And this is what all successful people say anyways. Again, I am not successful, all right? I'm fucking jobless. I had a really bad week last week where the joblessness, because the kind of job market, maybe it's bad, maybe it's not bad, it doesn't matter. But it was just, it's really getting to me. Right, like I had like a point where I was looking in the mirror, I'm like, bro, just keep going, just keep going. It's not, all you can do is keep trying, right? But, and again, while I'm drawing these lips, I'm fucking super zoomed in. I cannot, but now that I did that, now I said I'm zoomed in, I zoomed out immediately and I tried to see the sphere, right? So I'm constantly still trying to calculate. And again, don't forget that I'm talking while drawing, which is a skill, which is extremely fucking difficult. Genuinely difficult, right? Like, especially because I'm spatially reasoning while drawing, right? But yeah, no, I had a difficult time. Right, what the fuck, what was the point I'm trying to say, bro? I'm not trying to goddamn bitch about my life. But, oh no, like, yeah, I constantly repeat these things, which remind me to stay on the path, right? And a lot of the things that I say are based off of things that other people say. I'd say like half the thoughts are my own, half the thoughts are others, which a lot of them I was already thinking, and then it was, you know, articulately or eloquently articulated in a manner which I was like, okay, I'm gonna use this. Like, I don't care. I'll be a fucking parrot. I'm never pretending to be smart anyways. I always say, I'm not saying anything special. I'm saying what literally everybody better than me, right? And hundreds of masters or thousands of masters or thousands of individuals who have, and has been solved. Like, art's been solved. A lot of this shit's been solved, right? Like, I'm simply repeating the advice that people better than me on the path that who have achieved, if achievement is the goal, right? Who have gotten to the skill level where I'm like, I want to be there. What did they say? By and large, here's all the things they consistently say, right? Spatial reasoning, draftsmanship, line quality, visualization, focusing, effort, like just all these things, like constantly make things difficult, calculations, right? Like plan ahead, right? And I can't do everything at once, but the thing is, like, I'm on the path and I'm just trying to consistently articulate that path to the best of my ability, which is why I constantly tell you like what I'm thinking about. Okay, I was looking over there this entire time, but now that I looked here, immediately I saw the center line for the ellipse and I saw the center line, I saw the ellipse for the center plane and the ellipse, or the vertical one, and the ellipse for the horizontal center plane. And now that I said that, now I'm seeing the sphere as well, the perfect circle. But this is not a perfect circle. I think it's still a bit too elongated, but it's getting better. Anyways, without all that being said, I'll get back to the point of the game. Is to keep playing topic, but let's rest our brains, because that was a lot of mental effort, genuinely a lot of mental effort, right? And I know that you struggled, and that's good, right? You have to keep reinterpreting every single error as good, 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 I feel good, error, mistake, wonderful, wonderful, and just effort, just any effort you put in is like, you just need to lean into that and be like, this is exactly what I want, right? Because the discomfort, think about it, anytime you've achieved anything is most likely when you were just trying, right? For an extended period of time. And that was it. You tried and you trialed and errored, and you tried and you continued and you persisted and you were resilient for an extended period of time. Think about where you are right now in your art journey. Would you have been here if you didn't try? Just think about that right now. And if you're in your beginning, if you just put down your first fucking line, would you have put down your first line if you didn't try? So it applies to everything, right? Like, it's all about effort, you know? And again, every single one of you is capable of that effort. I am certain, if there's even one person who basically like follows my path, not that my path is the path, but my path is, well, I guess I shouldn't say it like as the path. Not that my path is anything special, but it's the path that all expert draftsmen say they've taken, and I'm simply trying to validate that through my own experiences, and so far it's being validated. My draftsmanship is getting better, my forms are getting better, everything is getting better, right? And like my creativity is getting better too, because again, it's all the 95% fundamentals practice that has resulted in this or like 90% fundamentals practice, which has resulted in this 10% meaning something, because I'm constantly able to like test. This is the stress test. The imagination drawings are the stress test. Like the scene building is a stress test of the fundamentals, right? But when you practice fundamentals, and when you only practice fundamentals drawing from imagination, you're already building the skill of drawing from imagination. You just need to apply it, right, intermittently to be like, okay, how far can I go, right? But oh, I was gonna bitch about the Artist Lounge subreddit too, which I completely forgot about. So a couple things to talk about. But anyways, Jesus Christ, let's rest our brains. I'm all over the place. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry, man. Anyways, rest your brain. All right, let's turn this page. Okay, good. For a second, I thought this was already used double-sided, but it is not a slut yet. After about 10 more lines, it will be completely used and disregarded. Till then, it is not. What is it? Like the town bicycle? This is my desk bicycle. I don't even know if that's a good joke. Probably not. Anyways. Okay, so again, oh, by the way, like all these lines underneath are also obstructions. You have to understand that as well. Like these are all obstructions, right? To like the drawing in of itself. But TLDR on the point I was trying to make, I'm not smart, I'm not special. I simply say and behave and do the things that I believe people that I know and have consistently paid attention to the people much better than me by a degree of a fucking thousandth, right? Like to a factor of 1,000, whatever, a million, whatever, right? It's like there's nothing special about what I do. And I am a parrot, and I'm okay with that because I'm not trying to be the smartest person. I'm simply trying to be the person who takes the advice of people much better than me, much smarter than me, and then applies it and tries to share it. Many times in a fucking dicky manner, right? In a very rude, maybe not rude, but yeah, like very abrasive manner, very hard-headed manner, but it's my lived experience. I can only speak on my lived experience, right? And so far, it's been a pretty intense, consistent, and effortful experience, right? So I can only translate that to you. And again, like right now, this box you see underneath is fucking with me so badly. And that's a skill, to be able to ignore all obstructions and to see what I need to see. So again, I'm trying to see the perfect sphere, right? And just to make it harder for myself, I'm not gonna put the sphere exactly where the one underneath is. I'm gonna make it slightly lower. So that way we actually are forcing. Oh my god, like these lines are completely fucking obstructing my vision, bro. And my visualization more specifically. But yeah, I'm a nobody, right? But because I'm a nobody, I believe that anybody can become somebody in terms of like the skills and the pursuits that they pursue. Very, very good sentence, right? But like that, I guess that's my thing on that. But in terms of infinite game, all right, I implore all of you drawing along, and especially to all beginners who are here now, or even intermediates, anybody, right? Like this is just a mindset thing. And the biggest thing you're gonna keep noticing is that it's a fucking mindset, right? Mindset is what enables the actions you take to be less effortful, so such that when you put the effort in, that is all you need to focus on, and it does not take effort to get to the point where you need to put effort in. Does that make sense? Like mindset is what is the filter. It's what allows you to just be like, I'm gonna get up and do the thing, versus I have to think really extensively about just like how I should do the thing, what I should do the thing, how I'm gonna feel about doing the things. Like none of that fucking matters, right? Because mindset is literally what filters that out, and the mindset is literally effort and infinite game. That's it. Like if there's any like two things you just need to internalize, it's effort, errors, and yeah, errors as well, and infinite game. And infinite game theory is literally the one who wins is the one who continues to play, right? All of us are playing our infinite game, which is life, you know, and we're all playing this infinite game right now, which is art. Like there's many infinite games, right? But when you have an infinite game perspective, which is I will simply continue, I will persist, I will get better, and through sheer effort, repetition, and constantly trying to figure it out, I will become, right? Because the goal is not the goal. The goal, if there is a goal, it's you. You become better. You become someone who's able to put thousands of intentional repetitions in. You become someone who ends up becoming an excellent artist, draftsman, whatever fucking goals you have, right? You become that person. And you are capable, if you lost all your fucking skill the next day, to be able to build it up again in half the time. Because you had the skills. You built the skills, right? I mean, Carl Kopinski is the biggest fucking example, bro. The man went through a stroke, entire left side got paralyzed. By the way, while I'm talking, I'm really thinking, I can't fucking see shit. Oh, it's so hard. And again, like the speech, just my parietal lobe being activated, and also being in conflict with my prefrontal cortex, right? Parietal lobe is the narration and everything, like trying to articulate the process, right? The metacognition, and then the prefrontal cortex is actually the cognition. They're both at odds with each other because they're using my glycogen stores. I could be partially wrong about this, but the point you need to know is like many areas of my brain are activating and essentially fighting for resources. What is the resource? Glycogen, which is what your brain uses for attention, acetylcholine, dopamine, focus, whatever the fuck, all that shit with learning, right? Like it is the finite source right? Deep work, all that shit. So what I'm trying to say, what was I trying to say? I completely lost my train of thought. But anyways, let me just focus back to this, right? But yeah, like, yeah, Karl Kapinski literally fucking lost, like, all feeling in his left side. He had a stroke. And the man, it's his mind. He built the skill. That's why drawing is thinking, because within a matter of a year now, a year and a half, like within a matter of half a year, he was basically, to my beginner eye, was drawing essentially extremely high caliber draftsman enabled art, because his mind saw it. His hands just needed to catch up again through sheer effort, right? But he had already built the mind, which was a master, right? Like, he'd already built it, and that's what you're doing. You are not building the physical ability to draw. You're not building the ability to create nice lines. You are building the mind and the effort that can persist in the face of discomfort and embrace discomfort and build the skills required to get better. Dude, I can't see shit. These fucking lines behind me are fucking with me. And that's the best part, because now this is a new problem, a new friction that I need to consistently avoid. I actually need to see this perspective again. Okay. Oh my god, I've been trying really hard. All I've been doing is, I guess for anybody listening, is just talking, but I've been thinking so hard. Oh, dude, that burp was waiting to come out. But I've been thinking so fucking hard. And I need to calculate the center plane. Right, I'm actually gonna do the box that is a bit more accurate. Let me try ghosting. If I try ghosting, maybe it'll be easier. Jesus, I'm like crouched over too. My posture is shit. Everybody fix your posture. Posture check, fix your posture. Right, okay, so got my sphere. And this is really fucking with me, but I got my sphere, and let's see. Okay, and while I'm placing this line, I really gotta make sure that I understand exactly which perspective, because I can't see the box anymore. Oh, I just lost the sphere again. Okay, I'm gonna rest my brain. I know nothing happened on your end, but that was very difficult. I'm gonna rest my brain. So yeah, like right now is an example of nothing happening and me trying so hard and nothing happening, right? Like I'm trying so hard to ignore this box. I'm trying so hard to build my sphere. I'm trying so hard on multiple different things, right? But nothing is happening. And why is that? Because I'm trying, right? Like this is the part, this is the friction, which is literally necessary for success, right? Or for you building the growth, right? And I need to actually look at the reference to get the box down. This is really fucking with me. I'm telling you, this box underneath is fucking with my visualization so much. But that's just another skill. That's just literally like another thing. Like, okay, I have to learn to ignore it. And my brain is trying so hard. It's like, it's using this as a reference point. So shut the fuck up, brain. Shut the fuck up. Keep ghosting, right? Keep ghosting. Keep zooming out. Keep ghosting. And I need to simply see what I want to see. And right now, what I need to see is the center line. Right? Oh, I lost the perspective. Okay, I calculated the center plane, sorry, of the box and trying to see the ellipse inside of it, but I lost the sphere. I lost the sphere, bring it back. Try to see the front plane, try to see the bottom plane, right? Okay, so I had the wrong bottom plane. So again, try to bring it back. Oof, this is so fucking difficult. This is probably gonna be the only rep that I do. I have to use this as a reference again. Oh my god. And see, like, I'm fucking sweating, bro. Like, my brain is actively trying so hard. Oh, I just saw it for a second. I just saw the sphere and I saw the box that is encompassing the sphere. I just saw it for a second. I need to zoom out again, though. I need to zoom out. I need to think more broad. And this is actually helping quite a bit, to think more broad. This is actually helping quite a fucking bit, to be honest. This is genuinely helping quite a lot, right? But I need to think more broad. And I just lost it again. Because, again, this keeps getting in my way. So I need to take a step back. Okay, so let's try reconstructing again. I need to think, by broad, I mean I need to zoom out and just vaguely, not vaguely, but zoom out and just generally think about the sphere, right? Just zoom out, right? And now, again, calculating the center plane, I need to make a decision, right? So I'm gonna make this decision, which is, okay, like, again, I just lost it, because the second I decided to make some sort of line and think about what that line entails, immediately lost the sphere. So we need to be able to hold things, right? Hold the visualization, reconstruct it if necessary, but hold it as well, right? And let's see, the center plane. And okay, I have the completely wrong perspective now. Completely lost the perspective. The box changed. It went from this being this angle, right, to something like this. Changed just like that, right? Because this is a new schema. So I'm struggling quite a bit. And this is, I know, like, I've completely stopped talking about the things I wanted to talk about, but I am now, like, I'm genuinely just so focused on trying to see what I need to see that I don't have the brain capacity right now to narrate on a completely different topic while also being able to intensively visualize what I'm trying to visualize, right? Calculate what I'm trying to calculate. Still trying to see the sphere, still trying to see the sphere, right? Okay, let's... Oh my god. Okay, so like I'm losing everything, but I'm trying so hard to retain it all. Holy shit. Okay, take a step back. Yeah, so like these are the years, and I'm telling you right now, this will be happening for another 100 to 200 hours, right? Like, do not expect any strong progress at all. Like, do not, okay? And this is why I kept saying, like, let myself be a mirror for your delayed gratification, because you're most likely, if you actually are serious and you're trying your best, experiencing the exact same thing, which is fucking nothing, seemingly. But if you're putting in effort, that is the everything, okay? Very, very deep. Yours nothing, but that is everything. Very good. Yes, yes, everything nothing. You know, I want to use more fancy words, but I cannot. But, and again, that keeps fucking with me, so I need to completely ignore that. Completely ignore that. See the box. See the box, see the sphere more than anything. See the sphere, right? And I actually want to... Okay, so I lost the box again. And we need to try this one more time. See the sphere, right? The sphere, see it. And I need to stop looking up there. I need to see the sphere. Like, that's why I need to think holistically. I need to see the entire sphere, right? The box inside the sphere. And these are all like things where I need to see the general thing. I need to see generally the sphere and generally the box. And in the right angle, right? In the right perspective that I'm trying to also refer to the portrait as well. But let's see. So I'm going to try something new. And this may be good, this may not be good, but good is subjective anyways right now, because it doesn't really fucking matter. And we'll do something like this. And while I draw this line, I'm trying to zoom out. I'm really, because the thing is, like, this is what does this indicate? This indicates basically the very right side contour, vertical contour of the sphere, right? And now that I've kind of gotten like a little bit more of a placement, this is helping a little bit, right? And let's see, right? Okay, so like my designs are gonna be very uninspired right now. Like, genuinely, they're gonna be super fucking uninspired, right? But this is hopefully gonna help me see the center plane as well, right? Because this is my box. I need to zoom out again. I need to zoom out. I need to zoom out. I need to see the center plane. I need to see this center plane. Okay, so I'm just gonna make the choice. I'm gonna make the choice. See, my lines is still gonna be shite, but I'm gonna make the choice to what's it called? Indicate the contour of the horizontal center line of the sphere. This is gonna reach right in the middle, right? That's what I've decided upon. I've decided upon, right? And again, I'm trying to see the box, trying to see the center line, because that's the main thing. Like, that's my center line, right? And then it comes out here, and let's see. This is my fucking perspective, right? This is my perspective. This is my perspective, right? Something like this. Oh my god, my brain is hurting. I'm telling you, my brain is hurting, and nothing is happening, right? I can't see shit, so I need to keep zooming out. These contours are already helping quite a bit, but I need to keep zooming out. I need to keep seeing what I'm trying to see, right? And right now, I'm not seeing shit. I vaguely see this box, right? This side plane, right? Which is helping a little bit. There you go. Let's make that contour a little bit more defined, right? And now I want to draw a diagonal, right? I want to draw a diagonal, so I need to see this bottom plane and where the sphere is going around, and I need to see this diagonal. So the diagonal is going to be like that, right? And where's my center line? So this is my box, right? And I keep zooming in, so I need to zoom out. Keep zooming in on the bottom plane, but I need to zoom out, see the sphere holistically. And this honestly is like pretty mid. Let's be honest. Like, this sphere connection isn't even correct. Like, it should actually be a bit more out. So maybe we'll just do that, right? And again, like when I drew that, I tried to think about the center plane as well, right? But anyways, let me try to, because is this even the center line? Is this even the center line? Let's see. This is my box. Where is my center line? My center line is completely off right now because I keep fucking up. So my center line is off. Like I didn't get the center correct. This should be my center actually. Like right here. Right? So again, what is my sphere? What is my ellipse here? Okay, I need to zoom out. I need to zoom out and I need to think about this bottom plane because whatever mark I'm making here, I have to think about the bottom plane of this box. So I just zoom out. Just zoom out and I'm really fucking trying to see everything right now. Like I'm genuinely really trying to see everything. Just for that sphere. And I really tried to zoom out there. Like genuinely fucking did my best. Right? And let's make things a little easier by adding form. By adding the indication of the perspective, right? And this is me, like while I'm drawing this, I'm trying to really zoom out and see this bottom plane and like understand it, and also the front plane, like everything. I'm trying to, and again, I think I got the perspective completely off, but we could, because again, this bottom plane, let's see, something like this, right? And I'm gonna do something where I get the front. Okay, so I got the perspective completely wrong. Yeah, right. It's ended up becoming something like this again, right? Which is a bit too much because the front plane, the front like this angle is more like this. It's much more subtle. I don't even know anymore, bro. I'm fucking dying. I'm literally dying. Look at this, 41 minutes and this is all I've done, right? So to the onlooker, I get it. You're like, what the fuck is going on? But to those who are actually on the path with me, and again, like every curve I'm making, I'm trying to reference it back to the perspective that I've established. And like, and again, these lines are obstructions now too. So I managed to ignore that, but now these lines are obstructions to my own practice as well, right? So while I do this, while I'm zoomed in on this, I got to keep thinking about the overall perspective. And anything I draw right now will not be anything spectacular. Like it will not, right? It's just a fact. It just won't be anything decent. But anyways, let me try, let me zoom out one more time. Let me zoom out, let me zoom out. Let me try to think about this, right? We'll try to think about this perspective, which is the side plane, So, okay, we've already like kind of established that this is the perspective I'm going in. So we just have to commit to that, right? Like this. So I did mess it up. And that's okay, right? So now it's like, okay, how do we connect these? You know, voice crack. How do we connect that? Something like this, right? Papa Ute. That song's stuck in my head now for some reason. But okay, I need to take a step back because I can't think of anything anymore. So let's rest our brains. Jesus Christ, I couldn't see anything there. Let's rest our brains. So yeah, the main thing you need to understand is what I just experienced right now is called output regression, where I'm putting in so much fucking effort to try to do the cognitively demanding thing, the spatial reasoning, yet I'm seeing nothing. Or yet I'm actually not being able to achieve anything, if that makes sense. Like I can't do what I set out to do, And that is literally occurring because of the beautiful thing known as output regression. And again, these lines are fucking, and while I draw this, I'm really trying to think about, I'm really trying to think about the center line and like how, again, this is like an extended version of that, right? Like the extended version of the plane, this plane that I'm seeing. So I got to think about how it's going to go around the contour, and we should just close this off. And I'm so zoomed in right now that I'm probably not even seeing this properly. But again, that's when you need to constantly take a step back, be like, bro, are you actually even seeing, right? Are you seeing? Because The answer is most likely no, but are you trying? The answer is most likely yes. So that's the only thing that is we can do is like, and again, I have to my eyes keep going to this plane, like I keep only seeing this, right? And then this, but I need to zoom out and see the entire fucking thing. There's an entire sphere here, right? And that needs to be addressed as well. So like me zooming out and me constantly trying to calculate the center line is important. It's extremely important. And I did fuck up. Look at that. I completely got the angle wrong. It was supposed to be something like this. The vertical angle right here. This one, right? It was supposed to be something like this. Like much more subtle. Actually, wait, no, that's wrong too. Fuck. It's supposed to be something like this. Yeah, there you go. What the fuck? Dude, I can't. Like this angle is so difficult. I can't yet. But that is... See, so this is something my brain just gravitates towards. Like this level, but I need to constantly be evaluating it against what I know, which is currently jack fucking shit, right? So I'm trying to see the box again. I keep zooming in, so I need to zoom out, I need to zoom out, right? And every line that I put down has to be a reflection or has to be evaluated against the box, the sphere inside the box, the center lines inside the sphere inside the box, right? It all has to be evaluated against that. Oh, I guess like what I was trying to say with like the artist lounge subreddit, I guess like this was me. I'm just gonna train talking about random bullshit while I draw. I keep moving the page off center. But and again, like while I draw these lines, this is good practice because while I draw these lines, I need to constantly be thinking about the overall perspective, the overall box. What I'm really trying to focus on right now is just seeing the center plane, seeing this center plane, and then having the perfect sphere inside the box, right? Inside the box, and it's so fucking difficult. I'm telling you, this is so difficult. And I do feel as if like those of you who are on the path, and I need to slow down too, but I do feel as if those of you who are on the path, even like if you're behind, ahead, whatever, like you will understand, right? But for those of you who are, I guess, unaware of the difficulty that it involves, like here it is, right? Like here it is, like it's extremely difficult to spatially reason. Like why wouldn't it be? Why would it not be extremely difficult to spatially reason? You know, like to give me one fucking reason why, no pun intended, I guess, but that wouldn't be hard to actually see space that doesn't exist, right? Like, and again, I need to zoom out. I need to keep zooming out, right? And let's see, this is going here, so this is roughly around there. And I need to see the plane, I need to see the center plane, I need to see the center plane, and let's see, something like that, right? Trying to align it in the center. Let's see. Obviously, I'm gonna try something very, very, shock. I am shock. Let's see, something like a manipulation that's just very difficult to think about. Something like this. There you go. That makes things more difficult, doesn't it? Because now I have to think about the contour again, and holy shit, is that gonna be another, not problem, because problems are good, but is that gonna be another, yeah, it's a problem. Yeah, it's a problem to solve. I don't know why I shied away from saying that. I guess because I have to, like, I'm always constantly trying to make sure that I don't use words that makes a beginner think that, oh, like, that means I can bitch about things too. It's like, no. Like, when you say something, it has to be under a positive inclination. But dude, I can't see anything. Holy fuck, I cannot see anything. It's been 48 minutes and I can't see shit. And I'm gonna keep trying. I'm gonna push, right? Again, just like pregnancy. We're just gonna keep pushing, right? And this perspective is so wrong compared to, like, look at this. Even look at this. I completely shifted it to this, right? And look at this one. This is the complete opposite way. It's like I shifted it from here to here, right? So again, my brain does not have the schema for this. It is actively working on trying to build a mental model for something like this. And I keep looking here. I keep fucking looking here. So that's a mistake. Feels so good. I need to zoom out. I need to zoom out. I need to see. Okay, so this is the center line. So now I just... There you go. Okay, so that's obviously like a pretty mid curve, but it's not bad. At least we're trying to get something down, which is what matters, right? So right here, you can be like, oh, this is an interesting manipulation. But now I kind of fucked myself because not fucked myself, but I made things more difficult, right? Because I got to think about how this is curving around, right? And how this, in general, is going to be attached to this because I don't know what the fuck I did. TBH fam. I don't know what the fuck I did, but I need to, and I keep zooming in, so I need to keep zooming out. But again, like every time I look here, like I'm constantly trying to see the center line, the diagonals, the ellipses, the ellipses, the ellipses, right? Am I succeeding? No, but I'm really trying. I'm really fucking trying. Oh, I'm really trying right now. Fuck me, bro. I'm actually like struggling to see the fucking 23 calculations that I mentioned, right? But this is how growth occurs. It is through, and again, I'm ghosting the box, trying to see the entire sphere, right? And this, like this, whatever fuckery I've done here, like I've genuinely made it more difficult for myself, obviously. And let me at least finish the sphere, right? Like get the perfect sphere involved. Okay, so obviously, like I didn't calculate the box at the right size, so I need to zoom out. I need to really zoom out. I need to really fucking zoom out. And this difficulty that I'm experiencing of not being able to do the thing that I'm trying to do is the part where I'm growing, by the way. I want to make that very clear. Like this difficulty that I'm experiencing at not being able to do the thing, even though I'm trying so hard to do it, this is literally where growth is occurring. Like without, like this is the growth, okay? And again, like I thought I got the sphere right, but this is still way too narrow, as you can see, way too narrow. You know? Yeah, so like it's incorrect. It's just absolutely incorrect, but we still press on. And again, like every time I make a line, I'm really doing my best to zoom out and have it be in retrospect, or in essentially like have it be completely mentally aligned with the overall box that I'm trying to see, right? The overall box that I'm trying to see. And that is a brain fuck, essentially. Like I'm literally diddling my brain. That's actually what art is. It's just a giant fucking mental orgy, right? And then you just have to keep, you know, deluding yourself and be like, oh, effort, while you're getting fucked in the ass, which is actually your parietal lobe and your prefrontal cortex. That's actually that's the asshole of brain workouts, right? That's the butt fuckery of it all. Okay, I'm gonna take a step back and rest my brain again. This is so hard. I love this. Like you get humbled every time you try. You get humbled, being like, I'm nothing in the face of effort, right? Which is beautiful because that means all you have is effort. And I don't know if I was explaining myself well today, but all you have to know is like I was trying so hard to see the calculations, and yet they kept, not even the calculations, anything, visualize any line, any box, any sphere inside of it, the multiple layers, the calculations, whatever. Because at your level, whatever your level is, as long as you're trying to see something that doesn't exist, you're trying to calculate something that doesn't exist, you're trying to bring to existence something that doesn't exist, you will constantly have it flicker, have it diverge or converge too fast, right? Have the scope be reduced. Like it'll go from being like you won't be able to visualize it in the size, the scale, the consistency, the proportion, the accuracy, right? All of that every factor that could go wrong will go wrong, and is the effort to constantly realign everything that's going wrong to the schema you want to build, you know, which is like you aim for perfection such that you can output, right, in the long term. Not that the goal is output, but if we were to have a goal, right, you aim for perfection in terms of what you're trying to visualize, what you're trying to do, so that the discrepancy between what you end up doing over time is like the gap is reduced, right? Like the gap from, hey, this is like a perfect fucking box and there's a cylinder inside of it and all that shit. Like I still draw horrible cylinders many times and I constantly course correct, right? But you aim for the perfectness such that you can draw more believably and you have more liberty in terms of when you are drawing intuitively. So if you choose to draw intuitively, you know, you're just like, today it's about creativity, ideation, not intensive spatial reasoning, right? Like in my challenge 52, I wasn't thinking about space at all, really. Like in the videos from like a few days ago, right? The past few videos, whichever the challenge 52 latest ones were, I wasn't thinking about, I literally went out of my way not to think about spatial reasoning, to give my brain a break during this period off from intensive spatial reasoning. And yet everything I drew looks so three-dimensional to a degree because when I do spatially reason, I aim for perfection, like the perfect fucking simulation, 3D simulation you're building in your mind, right? So it's basically like that leeway is reduced, or you have more leeway, and the deficit between like the perfect version and what you output is also reduced. I guess that makes sense. The point is, you fucking just keep going. God damn it, let me rest my brain. I can't do this right now. I'm so tired. It's a good thing though. It's a good thing. But yeah, rest your brain as well. Ow, my knee. Bro, I fucking landed on my knee yesterday at the gym because like a dumbass. There's like oh, let me zoom out first. Fuck it. Like I can't really do this right now. I can't have 10 different conversations. Fuck this. Oh, my perspective is off. This should have been more like this. There you go. See, I couldn't even see that. So, let's see. How do I even make this make sense? Well, actually, I could just do something cheeky like this, right? Where it's just following the perspective. Fuck. See, my lines are going to shit too. And then we can just... Let's see. Okay, so this is going across two different planes. So let me look at the box I've created. Oh, this is just the front plane. I could just do something like this, right? Because this is just the front plane. I can just have it go across. Whether that's accurate or not, well, is yet to be seen. But that's a little bit off. Maybe it's a lot of bit off. And then we will just make it super basic, right? And how the fuck does it look on the other side? Well, actually, it probably looks like something like this. And let's see, this is curving around. So what does that look like? It's curving around like so. It's following the perspective, that's for sure, but what does that look like? See, I don't understand the other side at all, but this is an opportunity for me to understand the other side. Because if that is curving around, it's still coming out here. So is this... So I need to like... the thing is like while I'm trying to spatially reason and see that entire fuckery, I also need to understand what is going on here. This is actually amazing. My brain is hurting so much right now. It's like, what is happening here, right? Like, 'cause this is already a bit off, but... What is happening here? Like, what is the line that is going to be indicating what's happening here? And I think it might just be something like this. It might be completely off. But I think that's literally it, because we don't really see the other curve on the other side. That actually looks pretty decent. Not good, but... Interesting. Interesting. Right? And then we will bring the sphere back around. See, like, this sphere is still incorrect, because it should have been something like this. It's still so off, right? Now I need to figure this out, and again, I need to constantly see the box. This sphere is actually much smaller than it should have been as well. Like, you see how it's going here, and then it should have continued onwards to around here. But I didn't do that because I didn't see it properly, because my box was so condensed on the left side, I couldn't calculate everything properly at all. But I'm still trying, right? Which is all that matters. We're still trying. What does this look like? Yeah, it's like that, and then we... And again, I'm doing all of this while trying to constantly be aware of... Okay, like while I did that, I was trying to see the center plane, right? Trying to see the center plane, trying to see the box, trying to see everything. I mean, I'm not succeeding, but... yeah, like the thing I'm always trying to make clear is like, who gives a fuck? You know, you're not succeeding, that's literally the point, right? So I keep telling you that as well. It's like, to make the point that it's not about success, it's about the attempt towards what you define as success, right? But the success is not really the end goal, because if success was the end goal, you would have given up years ago. And that line was a fuck up. And again, while I'm doing this, I'm trying to zoom out as much as I can to see what I can. Fucking bars, I guess. Right? And, you know, my lines are going to shit, because now I'm zoomed in on this. I'm not trying to be, but I am zoomed in on this. Right? I mean, the design ended up being something decent. I mean, I'm getting better at drawing complexity while I have to deal with the fuckery known as the sphere and the box and all that shit. But, again, am I really calculating as well as I could have? Well, dude, the perspective completely changed. So, no. The answer is no, I'm not doing well at all. Right? But, it's okay. It's okay, don't cry. Well, here's the center line. So again, let me think about the center plane, the box that's inside. So what I'm thinking about right now is I'm thinking about the box, the entire sphere encompassing it. I'm thinking about the center plane that, you know, this, right? That is essentially on the box. And then I'm thinking about the ellipse, which is what we have to think about in order to create this cut I'm about to create. Right? And that's pretty interesting. Actually, the perspective's a bit off. Fuck. I say fuck, but it's actually fine. I want to be very clear. Like when I say these things, I'm not actually upset or irate, because then somebody be like, oh, he said enjoy the effort, but look at him, he's fucking complaining about it. It's like, no, 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 like I'm actually fine. Don't worry, right? It's okay. Do not fret, you piece of shit. And again, well, okay, well, so while I do this, I need to zoom the fuck out to make sure that my box and my sphere. Okay, so like before I make that line, I've already fucked it up, but before I make this line, I just zoom out so much so I can just see the sphere correctly. Yeah, well, so much for that. But either way, whew, that was extremely mentally taxing. And the thing is, like right now, you know what I feel like? You know what it actually feels like? It feels like I tried so hard and I could not do anything. That's what my brain is trying to tell me, because this is a learned behavior, right? We've learned throughout our lives that trying doesn't mean anything if you don't get a result out of it. That's what we've learned, you know? But the reality of the situation is, when it comes to learning, trying is the only thing that matters, and that's actually where everything is happening, right? And that is like the biggest, like I'm telling you, like even with all the shit I say about effort and growth mindset, my brain constantly wants to be like, no bro, you did not try, my friend, you did not try, because technically I failed hundreds of times, especially when it just comes to form wrapping around this. I failed hundreds of times, right? And that feeling of failing 100 times is what you constantly have to recalibrate and respond to your brain to be like, this is good. Because again, the failures is where when you tell your brain to pay attention to failures and you feel good about them, i.e. attaching dopamine, that is literally where, I think I got this slightly off. Yeah, my diagonals are off, which is making the center line a bit wrong. It's okay. Like you get the point I'm trying to make. Again, like now I'm trying to see this. This is what I was trying to see the entire time. How much of this did I actually see? Snippets of it, 20 to 30% of the time, being held for maybe a millisecond or so, or okay, maybe like a couple seconds or so, and constantly being lost. Let me say that again. Of the entire thing that I'm drawing, like especially because this is a completely new schema, new mental model, new angle, new everything that my brain has to recalibrate from scratch, right? And your brain will have to recalibrate from scratch from whatever you're doing, right? How much of, because I barely saw these side calculations at all, like this side plane, I want to be very clear, I barely saw that, right? But how much of this did I actually see? Oh, and I did not see this bottom ellipse whatsoever, right? Like I didn't see a bottom ellipse here, right? And this box could actually be incorrect too when I look at it, but either way, like, because I'm still trying to figure it out, but I only, like, of this entire thing that you're seeing, let me get this plane as well, right? So that's the center plane, and then this is the ellipse, right? That is encompassing the center plane, right? And actually, like, this could be a bit wider. Yeah, there you go. That's actually why the ellipse doesn't look that good, and this could be a bit bigger on the bottom as well, right? Like I did not see this, for fucking, like, to be clear, I did not see this at all, right? I barely saw this ellipse, right? And I did see this a little bit here and there, but the point I'm trying to make is, of this, like, entire fucking calculation fuckery, right? Of this, while I was doing these contours and calculations and all that shit, right? Like slowly wrapping the forms around them, I saw the entirety of this never. I saw snippets of this consistently at different moments, 30 to 40% of the time. I lost them within seconds of seeing them or trying to visualize them, and then I constantly kept trying to reconstruct 20 to 30% of this and constantly zoom out and mainly see the sphere, the box, and then the center lines, right? But that's because my brain is building the schema. I'm trying to see the entire thing, but it's extremely difficult, right? But in a top-down angle, in an angle like this, it's much easier. Why? Because I've already practiced fucking like 50 hours of seeing this, right? And it's been cataloged. So, you know, like that schema is much stronger, right? And the main schema, more than anything, is just building the ability to visualize this and rotate it, which is in and of itself something I'm constantly working on, right? So yeah, like I want to say that It is normal. Again, everything that could possibly quote unquote go wrong, be lost, be inconsistent, be faded, be diverging, converging, not big enough to like completely flickering, losing aspects of it. Everything that can go quote unquote wrong or be an error within your visualization, within your mark making, within your ability to hold it, within your ability to reconstruct it. Everything that is an intense amount of effort that is that you're inputting towards that and continues to make errors and you're consistently trying to do it again is what will occur, and that is what is to be expected. You see, also, this is completely off center, as we see now, right? Like, it's completely off center. Well, I think I did get the center wrong, to be honest. Let's see, it's like, it doesn't make any sense. How's the center so much closer to us? What the fuck? Should be more like that. I don't understand. Actually, I don't know how the fuck the center works. Probably because my box is incorrect. I don't fucking know. See, I don't know. My brain is hurting. I'm trying to figure it out, but it's just so difficult, right? But again, like, I'm trying to build a schema for this angle, anyways. But yeah, anything that can go wrong will go wrong, and that is literally the attempt you make to constantly rectify or fix or bring back to focus the things that are constantly quote unquote going wrong or are errors, while actively feeling good about those mistakes, while actively only focusing on the effort and then resting, taking gap effects. Is the process. Like, that is how it works. And the sheer discomfort you face is, just assume whatever intense discomfort you're facing is exactly what I'm facing right now, and it's exactly what I've faced for the past fucking 800 plus hours, 1,000 plus hours at this point, right? So yeah, we're all on the right path. Good old Viggy circle jerk, right? Hashtag Viggy famming. I haven't done the hashtag Viggy famming in a while. So yeah, again, I've already defined what hashtag Viggy famming means. You are Viggy famming when you're trying your best, putting in as much effort and enjoying the effort. That is literally hashtag Viggy famming. We've defined it. You know, Urban Dictionary and the Oxford Dictionary are both waiting on my approval of their definitions. So give me another 10 years and it'll become legitimate. But with that being said, I'm tired. And I hope I'm mentally tired. And again, like, I could come out of this session, I could come out of the past fucking 4 sessions or 3 sessions or 4 or 5 sessions to be like, bro, it's ass, this, that, blah, blah, blah. No, I genuinely tried so hard. And I still don't understand anything, but I genuinely tried so hard to understand and to constantly, like, refine and revise and reconstruct and visualize and all that shit, right? And that's all that matters. So with that being said, I hope you tried a lot too. And I know, like, some of you might, maybe some people will be like, oh, he's bastardizing the drawing, because before I didn't used to do that. But this is actually helping. It's making me understand what I'm actually visualizing and how things are going, right? So, and I don't really care about the drawing. Like, evidently, this is, everything I do is a spatial reasoning exercise. I genuinely don't give a fuck about the drawing, okay? It's all just a spatial reasoning exercise because I'm enamored by the skill that I'm pursuing, right? Not the outcome of which I expect. You know, and these are all mindsets that I'm consistently training. And again, if I can do it, you can do it. And more than, oh god, I was touching my mic by accident, right? I don't know if that was consensual, but oh yeah, let me feel it up a bit more. Anyways, yeah, if I can do it, you can do it. And more than anything, why can't you do it? Right? Again, I'm a random dickhead on the internet, and I'm saying you're capable. You're capable. I know that sounded like you're incapable, but I just stuttered in between. But you're capable. Therefore, if somebody random thinks you're capable, you have all the more reason to be like, shut the fuck up. I will believe in myself. I don't need you to think I'm capable. But if you do, here I am telling you that you're 100% capable, right? And the continuing to continue is the biggest skill that any of us can continue to have. Anyways, with that being said, as always, fuck you for watching. Keep drawing, and please give me money. Money.